You know, News Corp is in a lot of trouble because over in Great Britain, they have this News of the World scandal where they hacked into people's phones. But they assured us, don't worry, it doesn't involve the Murdochs and it doesn't involve any of the top management because they didn't know anything about what these rogue reporters were doing. Here's the problem. We now have a smoking gun. There was a reporter by the name of Clive Goodman who actually spent 4 months in jail for hacking. And he wrote a letter back in 2007 outlining the agreement that he had with his bosses, including Andy Coulson, the man who went to work for David Cameron later in his career. So this is damaging to a lot of people. Now, all along, everybody's been saying, Andy Coulson, oh no, Andy Coulson didn't know anything about it. Well, Clive Goodman wrote in his email or his letter that hacking was, quote, widely discussed at editorial meetings, and it had the, quote, full knowledge and support of other senior journalists. It turns out that Goodman had made a deal with the paper saying, hey, look, I won't implicate you guys if you back me up and hire me after I'm done with the prison term. In other words, I'll take the bullet for you guys. And there's a letter that explains this whole agreement, right? And then, of course, the people at News International, which is the Great Britain, basically arm of News Corp overall, said, oh yeah, absolutely, man, we got your back. You take that bullet and then you come back and we'll give you your job. And shockingly enough, the minute he got out of jail, of course, they fired him. They stabbed him in the back. So he's like, okay, well then, I'll tell everybody about our arrangement, that you paid me hush money, etc. And by the way, later, Goodman received 140,000 pounds in compensation, as well as 13,000 pounds to cover his lawyer's bill, and over 90,000 pounds for a year's worth of work anyway, okay? So, gee, I wonder if there was hush money being paid, right? So, but now it's all been exposed because we have this 2007 letter. And Labor leader Tom Watson, or one of the people in the Labor Party, Tom Watson said Goodman's letter was, quote, absolutely devastating, because you then see that Coulson knew all about this and that so much of management knew so much about it. In fact, in one part of the letter, he says, hey, you know what? Not only did management know, after a while, it became so embarrassing that there was an order that we not explicitly reference it, that we keep talking about it, but just don't call it hacking because it's so embarrassing, okay? So now, how are they going to go and explain to Parliament, and James Murdoch might be called back to Parliament now, to say, hey, wait a minute, I thought you said you knew nothing about this, and that Les Hinton didn't know anything about it. But you know what? Les Hinton, who recently stepped down as the head of Dow Jones, a guy who'd been working with Murdoch for decades, one of his closest associates, well, he was also sent that letter by Goodman, so he absolutely positively did know about it. And if Hinton knew about it, well, how about the Murdochs, right? And James Murdoch, by the way, also made a payment of over £1 million to Gordon Taylor of the Professional Footballers Association. And there was an email there where a junior reporter told the paper's chief reporter of 35 transcripts of voicemail messages that had been hacked into and intercepted. And that is the whole reason that they settled for over £1 million. So now James Murdoch has to explain, oh, golly gee willikers, that letter that was sent to all the executives, I didn't hear anything about it, referring to Goodman. And that email where I personally signed off on £1 million settlement based on the fact that, that I had an email that showed we were hacking into this guy's voicemails, oh, I didn't see that either. I don't know, I just gave away that £1 million for no reason. They told me and I just gave it away. I'm such an incompetent businessman, I didn't even ask what I'm signing the check for. Come on, that's nowhere near believable. So the combination of these events does not bode well for News Corp. So it'll be very interesting to see if they go back in front of Parliament and what happens then.
We are wearing awesome t-shirts today. It's not as obvious as it should be.
Yeah, this is...
It's a Matador, Matador. I wanted a shirt that looked cute and was comfortable, and this was it. But unfortunately, the logo isn't large enough. It's very silky and soft. Do you feel the softness?